Hello everybody, welcome back to Cannonball Cottage. Today we're going to make some Irish soda bread. In this container, this mixing bowl, here we have 450 grams of all-purpose flour, not bread flour, just ordinary flour. In this little container here we've got some baking powder, which is a level teaspoon of baking powder, and I'm just going to tip it in my hand and make sure there's no lumps. And there you go, that's a level teaspoon of bicarb baking soda, a level teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to mix that with a spoon, wooden spoon. I'm also going to put in a small amount of oil, which is I suppose a level teaspoon of, a level dessert spoon of sunflower oil. You can put the oil in or you can leave the oil out. Some people put butter in, or they just totally leave it bare. And the only thing is then 3 ingredients, well 4 ingredients I should say if you include the salt. Salt, baking soda, or bicarb, flour, and then the buttermilk. Buttermilk is really important in this recipe because it acts with the bicarb, gives it a reaction, acidic reaction, which helps the bread then to rise. So the next thing is you just make a well in the middle of the flour and get your buttermilk. You need 400 ml of buttermilk. I've got just over 400 in here. I'm just hoping, I'm just going to hold a little bit back just in case it does need a little bit more. Now the procedure is here, under normal circumstances, you can either use a wooden spoon to start it off, or generally speaking most people just use their hand and they create a claw situation, and then you just stir and stir it round until you reach the edges, and then it will form into this rough dough. There's no kneading involved, so I'll start with just giving this mixture a good stir, and then you see, look how it all sort of clumps up, and then you have to start incorporating the rest of the dough or flour. Just keep on stirring, moving the flour to create this ball, and you'll see soon how it comes together. It doesn't take long. This particular bowl, although it's a mixing bowl, it could have done with being a bit larger, a bit wider, and I think it helps for the liquid to go further. Well, that's just my theory anyway. I might be just making things, but you can see now that's come together, and I'll show you now what we will do. Then we're going to get this onto the work surface. Just clean your fingers off, and then we'll get it straight onto a floured surface, and then bring it together. And basically that's what you've got. Some flour on the surface. Tip it out. Just bring it together like that into a rough ball. Tip it out onto the surface. Then we'll put a little bit more flour over the top, and then just proceed to bring it together like so. It's really, really simple. You know, there's no kneading it and then having to let it rise. This is the simplest bread that you could surely, I would think, ever make. So simple. And of course, by leaving it like this, gives it a very rustic look to when it's completed, when it's been in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on your oven. I mean, I'll show you later. I've already cooked one off that actually took 45 minutes. So, but I'll show you that once I've got this one ready for the oven. And there you go. That's so simple. Just add a little bit of flour to the top. Then, as the myth goes with Irish soda bread, you get a knife and you bless the bread and create this cross. And you know, there you go. Some people actually cut it all the way through. I'm not. I'm only gonna make these incisions because this allows the bread then to cook through into the center. And the other thing is, it's cut into these portions, into these quarters like this. And the theory is to break off one of these quarters and use them like that. And anyway, the other Irish myth here is you need to prick each quarter like so, and that is so that you let the fairies out. Otherwise, if you don't let the fairies out, your bread doesn't come out the way that it should do. So, but anyway, that's, as they say in Ireland, another story. So what we're going to do now is place this onto this baking sheet. I'm going to flour the baking sheet. Lift up your bread or your dough, like so, like that, and then get it into the oven. And we're already going here. I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna set the timer for 20 minutes and then turn it around and leave it in for another 20 minutes. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna sort of have a little bit of a tidy up here, get all this bench cleaned up. And if you are a regular baker, you want to invest in one of these scrapers, because as you can see, it clears your working area quickly and easy to move all the flour that's been left over like that. And that's that done. And then afterwards, just give everywhere a wipe down, like so. And there it is, ready. Just to show you now this Irish soda bread that we just made earlier. And there you go, folks. That's an Irish soda bread, really rustic loaf. I put a knife in the loaf to make sure that it was, you know, and your knife comes out nice and clear, and you know then that it's cooked. And you can see just here on this one, I pushed the knife in, and of course the crust also went in with it, so that just shows you that the bread is completely cooked. So, as I've said, this then, which I've already broken so that I can show you, you then just quarter it off like this, and again, as tradition goes, you start cutting the loaf from the point. That also, apparently, the Irish claim also gives you good luck. But whether it's true or whether they're just Irish tales, I wouldn't know. But I do know that it's true what they say. This soda bread is absolutely wonderful. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video in Cannonball Cottage in the afternoon. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do. Make a comment and I'll get back to you with any queries that you have. Give us a thumbs up and give us a share. Thanks for watching. Bye.